Hello Virgos, Turquoise Tarot here with your June 2016 reading. I believe I did this last month, but I'll just reiterate for this month. I'm going to be doing 3 separate spreads in this video. So I'm going to be doing a general spread and then a spread for single Virgos, love reading, and then a spread for coupled Virgos, love reading. I also just wanted to make you aware, if you're interested in a private reading, I'll be posting my website in the information box below this video. I'm having some specials this month, so if you want to go to my website and check that out, you're more than welcome. I'll be happy to provide you with a private reading. On the home page, if you scroll down to the bottom, I have my special pricing, and then next to that you'll find my average or my normal pricing. So for the specials, just go ahead and click on the one, I believe it's on the right hand side, on the bottom of the home page. So with that said, I have pre-shuffled. I'm going to continue to shuffle for a few moments and we'll see what general messages are coming up for Virgos for the month of June 2016. I also want to say, as always, thank you to everyone for your encouragement, for your positivity, for your beautiful messages. I truly appreciate it. In just a moment, I just have to focus as I shuffle here. These cards are hard to shuffle. So we have the 9 of Swords fell out. I have my cards upside down. So some of you may be worrying, may be suffering from some insomnia, maybe thinking too much about a situation and it's causing some worry or fears to arise for you. So I'm going to set this to the side and we're going to see how it resonates with the rest of the reading. I have I wanted all these upright. We have the Tower, 4 of Wands, Ace of Wands, 10 of Cups, 9 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, the Hierophant, and the High Priestess. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So, Virgo, general messages. I know that a lot of times when we see the Tower come up in a spread, it's kind of daunting because, you know, it typically represents some sudden shock that brings about some chaos in our life, and we like to feel as though everything's in control, everything's moving forward, everything's progressing. But I honestly feel, you know, every card has a positive and negative attribute. The cards themselves are actually quite neutral. It's all in how it resonates with the other cards that are in the spread, and you know what kind of questions you have or what kind of concerns that you are thinking of when you do a spread. So just keep that in mind when you see cards that are a bit intimidating, okay? They're neutral. So with the Tower here, again, you know, it can represent a sudden shock, sudden change that comes about. As I look at this spread though, I see that whatever this shocking revelation or truth that comes to light may be, it's something that actually works out very much to your benefit, okay? So it may initially be something that shakes things up for you and makes you second guess yourself, and that could be why we have the 9 of Swords that came up here. is because you're spending a lot of time worrying and analyzing this situation. This may have already happened for you late in May, or it may be something that comes about with the new moon. I believe the new moon is supposed to take place on June 4th. So between the end of May to June 4th, and maybe even a couple days after June 4th, you may feel this energy of the Tower. And it's just a shocking revelation of some kind, something being brought to light. The Tower is also about the foundations being shook and the castle, or the tower in this situation, being brought down to its foundations so that we can rebuild something that's stronger and can actually withstand the test of time. So if there's a situation that's kind of rocky for you and you're really uncertain about it, it's coming up for clearing the beginning of June. If it's something that you may be unaware of, or you're not really expecting anything crazy, it just could be some shocking news, and it could be something very positive. It could be, that you're adding another member to your family. It can be that you hear of a marriage proposal, or you are getting engaged. Because we do have the Four of Wands here, and the Four of Wands for me represents, a marriage ceremony, an engagement. But this can also just represent a sense of stability, and security, happiness. This can also talk about a celebration that you may be attending of some kind, a formal celebration, such as a wedding, or, even like a birthday party. But I'm feeling more this has to do with love, to be honest with you, in a home. And I also feel it has to do with feeling a sense of groundedness and security and stability within the home. We have beautiful cards underneath and around the Tower. So I feel like whatever this shocking event is, again, it's something that brings about something very positive, very beneficial, very, very beautiful for you. Underneath the Tower, we have the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups is all about a happy home. All the cups in this card are filled to the brim with happiness, joy, love, contentment, peace, all those beautiful things. This family here, they're very happy. They're enjoying their love. They're enjoying the intimacy that is shared in their family. So it can be that there is some shocking news that brings about good news, that brings about a sense of happiness and joy. Again, it can be in addition to a family member. And if someone's pregnant or finding out that they're pregnant, congratulations. Underneath that, we have the Hanged Man. So this is talking about a waiting period. So again, with pregnancy, there is a 9-month waiting period. And this is what the Hanged Man can represent for some of you. For others, it's saying that there's some shocking revelation or event or situation that comes about, maybe regarding your family or home situation, and it's requiring you at the beginning of the month to sacrifice something. And it doesn't have to be something that's very, negative, or something that would be considered a very big sacrifice. It just can be you having to wait on a situation. And this is also talking about a fresh perspective that may be needed on whatever this situation is. I feel like whatever this news is that's coming in with the Tower, it affects your home life, but it's something that gives you a fresh perspective. So perhaps, because I have beautiful cards here in the rest of the spread, it's almost as if you start out with this worry, this anxiety. I feel like it even may carry into the middle of the month where you're just nervous, you're worried, you're analyzing this, and you're thinking about all the what ifs. And the beginning of the month, something happens that, really kind of shakes you up and makes you think, I'm going to have to deal with this a different way. Or I'm going to have to wait this out and see how it plays out. I'm going to have to give up control here and sacrifice my sense of peace of mind, if that makes sense, and just kind of give up control, pray about it, let it go, and give it up and wait and see what happens. But what does end up happening, it looks like it's something very much in your favor, because we have the Four of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the Hierophant. And this is in the center of the spread. We have the Nine of Cups. And what I like to tell people, especially when I do private readings, this center card really is kind of the focus of the reading. So especially for private readings, if there's a specific question, I like to focus on this center card, and then the cards around it basically tell a story. So this month, you're getting a wish fulfilled. Something that you've been waiting for, something that maybe, again, it's something that you've been waiting for, something that you've been kind of having to sacrifice in a way and give up control and release, and you've just been waiting to hear what's going to happen. This talks about wish fulfillment. So something this month is going to happen that's going to grant your wish, okay? Whatever that may be. And what's so interesting is I really feel for a lot of you, this may be regarding love. Some of you may be getting engaged, because we have the Four of Wands and the Hierophant here. And the Hierophant's the high priest. He's like the Pope in the tarot. So between the priest, which represents the spiritual aspect of marriage, and then we have the Four of Wands, which represents the ceremony, we have wish fulfillment with the Nine of Cups. And so I can certainly see this as being a shocking event, such as an engagement, and you're starting a family, or you're planning on spending, your lives together and building a family. But it requires a bit of a waiting period throughout the engagement. And then we have this planning of the ceremony. It's wish fulfillment. And we have two beautiful aces here, the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, if I pick these up here, this is all about something new materializing in our physical world. So it can be a relationship that moves on to a higher stage of commitment. So wedding proposal, or I'm sorry, marriage proposal. Even it can say you're moving in together. The Ace of Wands is all about passion and drive and things that motivate us and inspire us. So something new coming in that creates this beginning for us. It's something that we're passionate about and motivated to do, inspired to do, and it's something that changes our material world in a very positive way. The High Priestess here underneath the Ace of Pentacles, what I like to explain about the High Priestess is that, when we study the tarot and we learn about the Fool, he's very young when he comes and approaches the High Priestess. And he basically, when he meets her, he asks her, can you reveal to me what it is that I need to know about the world? And she, instead of giving him an answer, she tells him, you will see. Because she is so wise and knowing that she understands that he needs to go through the experience himself to truly get the answer he's seeking. If she were just to reveal or to tell him the answer, he wouldn't completely understand it. He wouldn't get the spiritual benefit of it. So in the way this is the outcome card is telling me, there's something that, this is a beautiful month. There is wish fulfillment. There is strong gain represented here in a lot of different aspects of life. Can be financial, can be emotional, can be in your home, in your career, anything that you've been wanting for some time. But the High Priestess here says, as the outcome card, there's still more to come, but it's going to be revealed at a later time, because you have to go through this experience to understand the outcome. And it's not negative. I don't feel that it's negative. Here we have the Wheel of Fortune, right? So if things have been going a bit challenging for you, things haven't quite, like the puzzle pieces haven't been fitting right, and you've been working really hard to get things done, you felt kind of in a rut or stuck, things are changing for you. And this is always to me, it's a beautiful card of, you know, fortune on your side. And what's interesting is underneath that, oh my goodness, underneath that we have the World card. This is a victory card. This is the card of getting, obtaining a victory after a long period of work and hard due diligence. This is also a card saying there's an ending of the old and a rushing in of the new. And underneath that, I know this is crazy because I keep pulling out cards, but this is the Ace of Cups. So emotional overflow of contentment and love and peace. It's a blessing. You see the dove blessing the waters here, and your cup just overflowing. So I really think this month is going to be absolutely beautiful. I really do. You know, in the beginning you have some concerns, you have some doubts. Maybe even in the middle of the month you're feeling a little, ooh, I don't know about this. I don't know what I should be doing, because you're kind of waiting things out. But as the month progresses, you have two beautiful aces here. Two beautiful aces and Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. So stop over analyzing, stop worrying. You got to release it. You know, that's what the Hangman also represents, is let it go. Let go of trying to control a situation. Don't let it keep you up at night. Stop worrying, because this month is going to be a true blessing for you. Okay? What's also interesting here is we have the Hierophant and the High Priestess. And we always look at the court cards, you know, the swords, King and Queen, and the pentacles, King and Queen. But what a lot of people may not know is the Hierophant and the High Priestess is also a couple in a sense, because they're the same, but they're the masculine and feminine of one another. So this is the Pope, but she is also the High Priestess. They're both like higher spiritual beings. So the only difference between these two is the High Priestess doesn't reveal her secrets or her wisdom, whereas the Pope, after he becomes wise and knowledgeable, gives you the keys here, and that's what these keys represent, gives you the keys to knowledge and wisdom. So he shares what he learns, he shares what he knows. This is a couple here. So I feel like for those of you who are getting involved in a relationship this month, or for those of you who are getting engaged this month, this is a spiritual kind of union. This is like God, the universe, whatever you choose to believe in, coming in and putting this relationship together, okay? It's meant to be kind of thing. For those of you where this isn't regarding necessarily love or relationships, this can be anything. This could be work. This could be finances. I mean, it's all about security, happy home, wish fulfillment, joy, peace, love. The Hierophant here in a work situation can say that you're getting some kind of promotion that you've been wishing for and wanting, and it's going to be a cause for celebration, but also provide you again with that sense of security and groundedness. It's going to be something you're very passionate about, something you're very inspired to do, and it's going to be a pay raise with the Ace of Pentacles here. So yeah, this is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to take some oracle cards here, and we're going to get some more information on this spread. I'm going to pull this back just a little bit here. There we go. Ugh, my foot's falling asleep. So just remember, don't overanalyze, don't worry yourself, don't fret. I should say, don't fret. Things are going to be beautiful. Be hopeful, be optimistic, because this is going to be a great month. And challenge yourself, don't hold yourself back, okay? I will say in the beginning of the month, because we have this tower here, it may be a good idea to kind of lay low, okay? lay low. And when I say lay low, I don't mean, hibernate in your house. I just mean, when it comes to dealing with superiors, or it comes to dealing with, challenging situations, it's not something I would jump into the beginning of the month. Just wait it out a little bit. Wait until like, I don't know, maybe mid-month, just to be safe. And that's what, with the Hangman here too, it's like, wait, this is coming, okay? Whatever this challenge is, wait, because this is coming. This beautiful home, the 10 of Cups, the 9 of Cups. Man, this is a beautiful reading. I want to look at this tower, and remember, because this is a general reading and there's so many Virgos watching, this tower can be different for everyone. It's not going to be the same, but hopefully by pulling some cards, we can just get some general idea of what this tower may be speaking in regards to. So there's something, yeah, it's just saying you've been hopeful in a situation, you've had hope, and you're watching this situation, you're observing. This card also talks about consistency and perseverance, so your hope has given you the ability to persevere and stay true and consistent in your views and your perceptions. But this tower situation leads to some sadness or some worry on your part, and that may be where this 9 of Swords comes in as well. When you get this news, whatever it may be, and this is beginning of the month, and this can also already have happened for some of you, because this is a card that's kind of in the past. So it can have already happened for some of you in May, okay? And it makes you a little sad. Let's look at this Hanged Man. Okay, so there may be a situation where there's some jealousy or resentment. This can also be in the past. If there is someone that left you or you left them, they could be the one feeling a bit jealous. Perhaps you're waiting to hear from a past lover who is involved with someone else as well, and you're kind of observing and sitting back and waiting to see what may come up with this. There's a sense of loyalty and fidelity here, or you want someone's loyalty and fidelity towards you. And the Money card can mean you're waiting in a sense for this security to come in, for this validation, that this person either is giving up on a relationship and they're choosing to be with you. This can also be saying you are, with the Hanged Man, it is a sacrifice sometimes, so it can be you letting go of a partner that you've been hoping will come back, or for some of you, a sacrifice may be you're letting go of a current partner because you realize that there's some infidelity there's something that's not true. They haven't been completely honest, and you may feel some resentment, and you question their loyalty and fidelity, and it's causing a lack in security for you. So it's a sacrifice to let them go. For those of you, I would say if this is regarding like a work situation or a home situation, financial situation, there's some, jealousy on someone's part, either in your home or it could be you, because perhaps, again, you're questioning the loyalty or fidelity of your boss or your coworkers or your peers or your family. You just feel like they're not there for you the way you need them to be. And it may be that you didn't get initially, the beginning of the month, you don't get that promotion, or you don't hear good news about a promotion, okay? So there's a sacrifice there. But let's look at the 9 of Cups. Oh wow, we have a priest. We have two priests here. We have the Hierophant, and then we have this priest. So the first card that came out is love. And I'm feeling strongly that this may be, this general reading, even though it's general, it came up as a love in a sense. Either, again, you know, for work, it can be something that you love. Wish fulfillment, you're getting something that you love. For love readings, of course, for those of you waiting on an engagement, or you're waiting to get proposed to, or you're waiting for some news regarding that, there is love here. And this card is called the Thief, but it can also be a card representing change. So there's a change coming about that leads to wish fulfillment. And then we have the Priest. So this can definitely be marriage, wish fulfillment. This can be a proposal. But in any other situation, I could say that this is regarding something you love that maybe you've been waiting on, news you've been waiting on. Okay, with the Hanged Man here. Initially things you didn't think were going to go your way, but then suddenly you get good news that you love, and it's a change, and it leads to a higher promotion, or puts you in a higher position. And this card for me is also saying to have faith. Have faith. Keep the hope. Keep the faith. Even when this Tower situation happens, keep the faith, because you are going to get wish fulfilled. Let's look at these aces. I want to look at the Ace of Wands. Okay, so what's interesting on this Ace of Wands is in the past we have a loss of some kind, and we can see that with the Tower. There's something you've had to let go of in order to get what you're going to get coming in mid to end of June, okay? And we have the wedding card. So some type of wedding coming in. Whatever this Tower situation is, it can be different for everybody. I can't really say it's a letting go of a partner. For some of you it may be so that you can get that new partner that comes in that's right for you, that leads to that level of commitment that you're truly desiring. But this can be different for everyone. The last card I pulled on this Ace of Wands is the Visit. So someone may be paying you a visit that gives you a sense of, you know, a new contract or agreement that comes about. There's some communication here from someone, possibly an old friend, a relative, but this can also be like a boss or a coworker, or someone that you've had dealings with that offers you a new contract or agreement after you've struggled with a loss, and it's something that you're very excited about, something that inspires you and pushes you forward in a new direction. Again, for love, of course, this can be a meeting where there's plans for a marriage or for a proposal. Some of you maybe even just be getting married this month, which is congratulations. That's nice. That's beautiful. Let's look at the Ace of Pentacles. This is going to be a long reading, guys. Just to let you know, I can already tell we're at 30 minutes already, and I've just done one spread. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, we have a journey. So you're traveling towards something, either metaphorically or physically travel. We have the Widow. So I feel like this is a letting go, because look at, we have two widows here. We have the male widow and the female widow. So it's like there's a fresh start. There's a fresh start here with two people that perhaps in the past they've let each other go, but they're still thinking of one another. They're still reminiscing on the relationship, and they may journey to one another. You know, that could even just be making the attempt to communicate, okay? And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, so it's like a new fresh start, a new beginning for these two individuals. This can also say for some of you, it's a letting go, that both of you are deciding to let go and journey on your own separate paths. And it's a fresh start and a new beginning that's going to lead to some beautiful things, because again, this is on the Ace of Pentacles. So it's something that's very good for you. And it's interesting that the High Priestess is underneath that, because it's almost like she's saying, well, we'll see which way it goes. Let's look at the High Priestess. She usually doesn't like to give up her secrets, but we can still try. So on the High Priestess, we have the Judge. This can be regarding a legal situation, but again, the Judge can also represent matrimony, because legal marriage, okay? We have the House, so this can be two people moving house together, or two people separating and leaving house and going through some type of divorce situation. Again, I'm reading for many Virgos, so it could be different for everyone. Just depends on you personally and where you're at. And then we have the Misfortune card. Ugh, I know, but this is like the Tower card in this deck. And again, the Tower, all cards are neutral here. So it's just some shocking news that comes in that's unexpected, coming in regarding something that's fundamental, something that's it's a pivotal moment. It's something that changes your perceptions and changes your sense of reality, and it awakens you. And I feel, honestly, because we have so many beautiful cards, it's something beautiful. The last thing I want to do is pull on this Nine of Swords. I feel like with the High Priestess here and these three cards, that a judge may be making a determination about a divorce, and it's going to be something shocking. It's not going to be, I don't feel it's going to be anything negative, but I feel like if someone has put you through the ringer, let's say, and given you a very challenging time, this may be something of that sort, you know, where, because the Judge represents balance here, because we can see the scale here in the background. So it's about equality. And, you know, it's different for everyone, because, again, I'm reading for many different Virgos, but there's just maybe even the Judge can just represent some realizations that you come to, and you decide to see things more objectively regarding something that was very personal for you, because a home is a very personal place. You know, it's where you keep your things, and it's where you live, where you reside. So this can be talking about even like a spiritual home, where there's something very personal to you, where you start to see things more objectively now, and it causes a shift, it causes a change for you. And being that this is on the High Priestess, again, the High Priestess is about, you will see more in the future, you will get more understanding of this as it unfolds in later months. Let's look at the Nine of Swords. Oh my goodness. Okay, so on the Nine of Swords we have the message, and you can see that whatever this message is, it brings about fortune, good luck, okay? Then we have fortune, again, blessings. And then we have falseness or deception. So let me say this for some of you, because I just got this message. For some of you, this can be somebody comes back from your past and they promise you the moon and stars, and you think, oh, this is someone coming back into my life. This is someone that maybe we can rekindle our marriage or rekindle our relationship, and that's a strong consideration for you. However, this person isn't entirely honest, okay? And that may be why this falseness card comes up. But I also can see here, because that's not going to be the message for everyone, okay? The Nine of Swords with these three cards can also be saying, you have such good fortune coming your way. Don't fool yourself, because you're fooling yourself by worrying and overanalyzing this situation and just making it something it doesn't need to be, okay? You really are. Because good things are coming your way. So that's your general reading, Virgo. I'm going to go to the single Virgos reading. You pulled a lot of cards on that. I'm going to use different decks as well for the love readings. So this is for single Virgos for the month of June 2016. Let me just shuffle for a moment. We have the Empress, the Fool, Nine of Pentacles, Two of Swords, Five of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Six of Wands, ooh, Ten of Swords, and the Four of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Swords. Okay. So for single Virgos, I see in the beginning of the month that you may be feeling more hopeful and optimistic regarding love, regarding potential for romance. I also see here that some of you are, you know, in the past you've just been happy and content being single and just enjoying your singlehood. I think a lot of you have kind of made it on your own. You're independent, and you've really proven yourself. You've really proven to yourself that you're able to stand on your own 2 feet and just be content and happy as a single individual. And you've been enjoying that singlehood, maybe going out with friends or family, you know, not really looking for a relationship. But the beginning of this month, you may be deciding to move towards, you know, questioning whether or not you want a relationship, and deciding that, yes, indeed, I do want that. I do want intimacy. I do want that kind of emotional intimacy, that connection with someone. And it's challenging for you because I feel like you may feel a bit pessimistic about it and unsure how to go about creating that for yourself. And I'll show you what I'm looking at before I proceed. But, you know, with this top line, this for me is kind of representing the beginning of the month. And we have these 3 cards, the Empress, the Fool, and the Nine of Cups, or I'm sorry, the Nine of Pentacles. So it's almost like you've been single, you see this woman, she's not even looking at the Fool card, she's just enjoying herself, she's just enjoying being by herself. And then we see her becoming the Fool and traveling towards the Empress. And the Empress is like the mother of the tarot, but for me, she's also the wife of the tarot because she's married to the Emperor. So she represents that female who's married with children, that sense of commitment and, you know, getting that kind of level of security in a relationship. So I feel like, again, that's just something you're moving towards. You're deciding that maybe that's something that you do want. But there's, and I'm going to pull some oracle cards on this, but there's like an indecision here. There's a choice to be made of some kind, and this may be coming about with the new moon that's taking place on June 4th, because we do have the moon represented here. I'm also feeling with this card, though, this Two of Swords, I'm just feeling some pessimism. Like, you're unsure how to move forward. You're unsure how to get from, you know, the single life to this situation where you become the Empress. And so, you know, this woman, she's blindfolded because it's like she doesn't want to have to make a choice. She'd rather just stay in a state of mind where she's at peace and she doesn't have to make a decision. But the Two of Swords does say eventually a decision needs to be made. So I feel like for some of you, it's like you want that relationship, but you don't want to have to go out and get it, you know? Like, you don't want to have to work for it. You don't want to have to go out as much or as often, or you may get invites and you don't really want to go. But you need to go, because if you don't go, you're not going to meet people, you know? People aren't going to come knocking on the door. And there's a sense of sadness here about that. There's some sense of, like, again, pessimism. Perhaps you're looking at your past and you're looking at what hasn't worked for you, but the Two Cups behind you that you're not noticing are saying there is potential here. There are offers that maybe even around you now that you're not even aware of or paying attention to, because you're so focused on the past, or you're so focused on what you've lost. And that may be why it's challenging for you to be more confident and remove the blindfold and just make the choice to proceed and move forward towards another level of commitment in a new relationship. The Page of Pentacles sits underneath the Nine of Pentacles. So this is communication or an offer coming in that affects our material world. This can be an offer of a relationship coming into you as a single person. It's just interesting because I don't understand this Ten of Swords here. Underneath the Two of Swords, we have the Six of Wands, which is about victory. It's about being victorious and getting what you want. And the Six of Wands is looking up at this Two of Swords situation. So it's like you may initially feel indecisive, but whatever decision you make, you feel and you are victorious. But then we have this Ten of Swords, which is feeling stabbed in the back. Underneath the Five of Cups. So for some of you, maybe this is, you know, you're single, you're happy, you're content. Someone comes and offers some form of relationship, and you're indecisive about it because you're unsure about this individual. You decide to proceed, so there's a sense of victory here. But then this person ends up, you know, stabbing you in the back in some way and leaving you feeling sad. And this Four of Cups, and as the outcome is saying, you know, that just wasn't satisfactory to me. And you may be saying, oh, you know, this is the same kind of BS that I put up with in the past. And you know, the Six of Swords is about leaving choppy waters into calmer waters, so it's leaving this behind, letting it go. But I'm going to pull some oracle cards on this and we'll get more clarification, because, you know, this Ten of Swords and the Five of Cups can be different for everyone. It's not going to be for all of you. Somebody comes in and breaks your heart, you know. It can be that you just feel that way, that maybe this offer comes in and you're still reminiscing on your past. So you're indecisive about moving forward in this relationship because you're still so focused on the heartbreak and the backstabbing that took place. And you're so focused on that from your past that it's hard for you to really enjoy what offers are coming into you. And this overall energy card is the Six of Swords, maybe saying it's time to move on. It's time to let it go because it wasn't healthy. and you've left that situation, and you need to learn how to trust again and be confident again, and be open-hearted and open-minded for new love. But let's look first at this Ten of Swords. Okay, so on the Ten of Swords, we have cheerfulness, joy, haughtiness. This can talk about arrogance or cockiness. Maybe that someone portrayed that kind of energy towards you, or you portrayed that energy to someone else. And that's what caused this feeling of being stabbed in the back. But then we have the Service card. And I feel like this Service card is really trying to say you need to be of service to yourself. You need to heal yourself. You need to mend. You need to, be gentle with yourself. And so with these three cards coming up on this Ten of Swords, I don't see like in this month you're stabbed in the back per se. I kind of feel like it's about enjoying yourself, being authentic and true to yourself, and being gentle with yourself, and dealing with whatever past that heartbreak or sadness that you've dealt with. But again, for some of you, this could just be saying you've had some good times in the past with someone, but then they start showing that they're cocky, they're arrogant, and you're realizing that they're not as caring and doting and loving as you maybe expected them to be or wanted them to be, because there's some selfishness here. Let's look at the Five of Cups. Okay, yeah. So in the past, you've dealt with some type of falseness or deception or lies. And I feel like this is in the past, and you're still carrying it this month. But there is a precious gift coming in. This can be that offer of a new love or a new relationship. And it's a reprieve. It's like you've been wanting this kind of relationship, or you've been hoping for this kind of partner, and they finally come in. So you have to let go of the past so you can really accept new love. Let's look at the Page of Pentacles here. Page of Pentacles is coming up with melancholy, so some sense of sadness from this is the past. Somebody may be coming in to make an offer, okay, but this person doesn't have your best intentions. This person may have been watching you from a distance or from afar. You may not even have known that they were interested, but they're going to make it known to you this month that they certainly are. But this person, again, I don't feel has your best interest at heart. And then we have the pleasure seeker. So this is confirming that. It's like there's an alternative motive here with this person. They're about getting something out of you rather than giving something to you. So, this Five of Cups can be talking about you understand, you realize this falseness or this deception in this person, and it is a gift because it's a blessing in a sense, because you realize things for what they are, you see things for what they are, and that's coming after the Two of Swords where you maybe aren't seeing things for what they are, okay? But mid-month you may begin to realize that, and it is a reprieve, it's a blessing because you can let it go, and you are going to let it go. So for you single Virgos who are maybe interested in someone and it's been kind of on and off again and you're not sure, this can be a situation where this month you realize, you know what, this person isn't what I thought they were. This card of deception and the enemy, you know, they look more ominous than what they really have to be. It can really just be, oh, you know what? I realize that this person is kind of cocky and arrogant, and I'm not really into that because I want someone who can give and receive love. And so by the end of the month, you're like, I'm not really interested anymore. That's not my cup of tea. Let's look at the Four of Cups. Yeah, you're going to realize by the end of the month that, you know, there was initially attraction there. If you're a male Virgo or heterosexual male Virgo, you had strong attractions for this female. But this Sweetheart card, I mean, it can be male or female, to be honest. You just had the strong attraction. There was a strong appeal to someone. But there's an ending to that now because you're seeing them for who they really are. You're seeing their true colors. And you realize that this person really was into you because they were physically attracted to you. Maybe there was a strong physical attraction or connection there. Okay? So, but you realize that's all it is with the pleasure seekers. It's like there's this shallowness to the relationship. It's not the in-depth kind of relationship that you really want. I want to look at this Two of Swords. Card fell out, and that's the waiting card. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to pull two more cards. Yep. So this person, maybe you're waiting on someone to reveal their true feelings to you because they're a lover. This lover comes in and you've been waiting for this. You've been waiting for this person, and they finally come and they make this offer to you of a commitment, of a monogamous relationship. You know, whispering in your ear, I only want to be with you. I've been thinking about you, blah, blah, blah. But maybe you have a history with this person, or there's just something that, you know, it can be a new person and there's just something that you're unsure about. So you don't want to make a decision right away. You kind of want to wait and see how this plays out. But I feel like even before the end of the month, you really see this person for what they are. You really see what their true intentions are. He does make you, or she may make you reconsider your singlehood at some point. But then you decide, you know what, no. And the victory card here is saying that you're going to be victorious in revealing the truth of this situation, I feel. And you're going to be able to move away from it. Okay? I feel like this one, you know, again, this isn't for every Virgo, so don't assume that, you know, if somebody comes in and says, hey, I want to take you on a date, don't just be like, no, I don't think so. I know what you're about. You know, this is a general reading. But I also feel with this spread that it may be talking to someone who they've been waiting for this person to come around. You know, maybe they've had their eye on this person, and maybe it's been an on and off again relationship. So it's different for everybody. Now we're going to move on to the coupled Virgos. Coupled Virgos. we have the High Priestess, 8 of Rods, Page of Wands, Page of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, 6 of Cups, the Hermit, and the 6 of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 3 of Pentacles. So I gotta say right off the bat, when I see this, like the energy I was getting as I was pulling the cards, and as I was pulling cards, it was kind of confirming it for me. There's going to be some mending or healing in a relationship here where you're reflecting on the past, you're looking at how things used to be, you're remembering your love for one another, and it's like it's a special kind of reuniting emotionally. You're rekindling your relationship. You're finding that passion and love in your relationship again, and because of this, it creates more give and take in your partnership. Okay, the High Priestess, as the beginning of the month, again, she's someone who doesn't like to reveal her secrets. She's also someone that's very wise. So I feel like this month you're going to be really, in the beginning of the month, you're really analyzing your relationship, and you're asking yourself some tough questions maybe. But some type of communication or news comes in that's very powerful, but it's also very pleasant. So where you've had your doubts, or where you've felt like maybe there were some secrets, or you felt as though you were uncertain and you were kind of keeping it to yourself and you wanted to see how things were going to progress, at the beginning of the month we get some positive news, some beautiful news that comes in, and it creates whatever this news is. I mean, we have 2 cards of communication here. So this news is very swiftly coming in. It may be unexpected, but it's something very positive. The 8 of Rods is unexpected, pleasant news, and then the Page of Wands is a messenger. Pages are messengers. It's communication of some sort coming in, some news coming in that ignites your passions or makes you happy, brings you a sense of excitement again and enthusiasm into your relationship. Now, underneath the High Priestess, we have the Page of Swords. So another messenger, some other form of clarity about a situation. This page is coming up under the High Priestess. So what was not certain before, what you weren't sure of before, you are going to get communication or messages this month that give you that clarity, that give you that insight. And you're going to realize that whatever this news is that's coming in, it's very positive, because you have the Wheel of Fortune in the center of the spread here. So where things have been challenging or uncertain, you're now going to get what information you need to really turn things around in your relationship for the better. And we have Temperance next to that, which talks about healing. So if you've had challenges in your relationship, there's healing here. And I feel like this is going to be more mid to late in June, where you're really coming together and you're learning this. We have this card of balance, and then we have the 6 of Pentacles, which is about give and take, equal give and take. So this healing that's coming in is giving you both an ability to share with each other more, be more open and honest with one another, and feel more trusting with one another. So there's more give and take in this relationship. Now, I feel like what this message brings in, it reminds you, it really causes you to reflect on the beginnings of this relationship with this partner. You're remembering the innocence, you're remembering that honeymoon phase, and you're remembering your partner as they used to be when you fell in love with them. And I feel like, again, this passion that was shared in the honeymoon phase is being reignited this month with this partner by the end of the month. you're rediscovering one another, and it's like at the beginning of the honeymoon phase all over again. And the Three of Pentacles just tells me that this is something you're going to work on together. And you're learning possibly new ways of communicating or new ways of expressing your love. You're understanding your love in a more mature way or a more intimate sense. And so it allows you to learn new ways of experiencing your love together and sharing that love together. Okay? Now let's take some oracle cards on this. I really want to look at this Eight of Rods. Yeah. So whatever this news or communication that's coming in, it confirms the faithfulness and loyalty of your partner, but it also confirms to your partner your sense of loyalty and fidelity as well, okay? You can be the one who's kind of questioning things, or your partner can be. It can go either way. But it's confirmed at the beginning of the month, this partner, there's a sense of loyalty and fidelity here. And I don't mean that, I don't mean to assume, all of you consider, or a lot of you out there are considering your partner as cheating or whatnot. It can just be, you're wondering if there's still that passion in your relationship, and you realize, yes, my partner is still faithful to working on this relationship and reigniting that passion, and they have that sense of loyalty to you. This is a new beginning. This is a fresh start for some of you. For some of you, this can be a baby coming. This can be the news that someone's pregnant or someone's going to conceive. So if that's you, congratulations. Because again, we have the Six of Cups here, which is children. Some of you may be pregnant with twins even. And this is something that's going to come to light for you. Okay? This is the Virgo card, the Hermit as well. And then the last card I pulled was the Service card. So if you're an expecting mom, this is going to be you, right? You're going to be doing a lot of taking care of a new baby. But for some of you where this is just news, new positive news coming in, confirming and beginning a fresh start for your relationship, you're just learning to be more of service for one another. Again, finding that balance with one another. You're going to realize the loyalty and fidelity of this relationship and this connection that you have with your partner. Let's look at the Six of Cups. Yeah. For those of you who are married, there's a sense of, you've been married to this person, you are the wife, or you're someone who is the female in the relationship, and there's a sense of commitment here. You see this woman also has children, so again, for some of you, this is children being born. And then we have the Enemy card. Now the Hermit is shining his light on this Six of Cups. So I feel like this wife and this enemy guy, they're looking at each other. So it's as if in the past, when you've dealt with each other, maybe you haven't been fair in your arguments or disagreements, and you've kind of been challenging one another. But now you're reflecting on your past and the love and the joy that you've had. And there's a new sense of finding that innocence, because this young woman represents a virgin. So it's like finding that innocence in your relationship again, finding that whatever it was that sparked your interest in each other initially, and reigniting those passions. okay? Finally, I want to look at this Page of Swords. So communication, understanding. We have the Doctor, which talks about the mending or healing of a relationship. Can even be a professional that comes in to help a relationship, such as a counselor that may help to bring this about if you two are already considering counseling. There's communication coming in or news coming in that's very positive, and it's allowing you to soldier on, in a sense, in this relationship. Move forward, proceed forward. This High Priestess, you see, she's kind of sitting, she's waiting, she's being quiet, she's keeping her thoughts to herself, she's analyzing things, but she's not, she has a lot hidden that she's not sharing. Perhaps this is you or your partner who's kind of keeping things to yourself. But the Page of Swords says, okay, now it's time to communicate, now it's time to take action. Now it's time to open my mouth and speak my truth. And, I feel like when you do this, it does help heal and mend the relationship, and you're communicating with one another in a way that allows you to feel strong and secure and move forward. And it brings about, because we have the Wheel of Fortune here, a change in your relationship that's for the better and heals the relationship. Okay? So that's what I have for you, Virgos. The last thing I want to do is pull an Oracle of Visions card to get one last message for your overall reading. Oops. Card fell out, so I'm just going to take that one. Give me just a second. I got to find my little book. And this is overall, so it's not just for the couples or singles or even for the general. It's just overall message for Virgo, okay? It says attraction, magnetism, infatuation. This card portrays a seductive and alluring female fatale. At some point, we have all met her in some guise and gender, possibly not even in human form, but as a situation, a place, or an invitation to act. We are attracted irresistibly like moths to a flame. We may even be cognizant of how ill-advised it would be to fall for her charms. Ironically, that suspicion of danger may even add to her allure, like some complementary adornment. And casting caution to the wind, we are driven and motivated. But attraction alone can be shallow, a temporary infatuation with little substance. Such an emotion not only lacks duration, but along with brevity, it is also fraught with danger and repercussions. But despite it all, we cannot entirely reject her. We look once more, and yes, she is still there, still alluring, and still beckoning. So, that is the last message, Virgos, for this month. I do feel it's going to be a good month. So, just hold tight, and, mid-month there may be some challenges, but I feel like by the end of the month, everyone is going to be in a better place. So hold tight, Virgos. I wish you all the best. I wish you a wonderful, wonderful month. Many blessings, love, and light to you. And thank you for watching. Bye.